Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we have a HP laptop for repair. But before that I would like to tell a quote from what I have learned a lot, and that is, the master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried. So that means what? That means the master has failed more times than the beginner has even attempted. Then only he has become master. That means we have to practice more and more, no matter how much failures we face. And ultimately, we become masters when we continuously do the same thing. So that was the quote. Now let's start repairing. So here is the board, we have got it. And the problem is, the moment we press the power button, it's taking 0.4 amps only. And after that, nothing happens. So let's see what is the problem and try to sort it out. So guys, here is the board and we have kept the DC at 19, and let's connect the cable. So here I have connected, you can see it is 0, and as soon as I press the power button, you see what happens. It is taking 0.04, that's all. Okay, this is the problem we are facing, and after a few seconds this goes to 0. We try to figure it out what is the problem, but video what exactly we are facing. Okay, let me show you in the schematic. So here is the PL302 3 volt coil, that is here. Sorry, here PL302 3 volt coil, and here is PL301. Here in the board, PL301 5 volt coil. So let's see what we are getting and what we are not getting, and then we will proceed further. Now see how much voltage we are getting once we press the power button. So here is the ground, and here is the PL301, that is 5 volt coil. And now let's press the power button. You can see nothing happens, no voltage. But if we check it out CLR, here is the CLR, we are getting 19 volts. Volt is present at the CLR, but on the 5 volt coil, so after pressing power button, nothing, no voltage on the 5 volt coil. And on the 3 volt side, this is the 3 volts coil. Let's press it, only 0.9 volts, that means 1 volt is coming out. Okay, so I think something is wrong on the 3.3 line. So in this case, what we need to do, first thing we will check what is the measurement of the IC, whether all the voltages are present or not, which is behind the board. Let me zoom it a little bit. Now you can see it hopefully. So here is the IC. Now let's check it out one by one. So this side, here is the pin 1. So this side is the pin 1. This all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the let me switch to the microscope because it is not clearly visible. Let's switch to microscope. So guys, here is the IC, and this is the pin number 1, and if we measure as per the schematic, pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the 19 volts, which is coming from this coil. And if you check it out, here you can see it is 19 volts. It's 19 volts here, and till here everything is okay. Now pin number 1, 2, 3 should be 19 volts as well. Yes, here it is 19 volts, and okay, pin number 1 is different. Pin number 2, 19 volts is coming, that means all this pin number till 5, 19 volt is present. You can see here. Now what about the other pins? So here if you check it out, pin number 1 we are getting 3 volts. Pin number 1 is 3 volt, which is as per a schematic. If we check it out, it is BS pin. BS pin we are getting 3 volts, so that is okay. Now pin number 6, that is LX, 3 volts it shows on the schematic. 6 here, pin number 6, we need to press the power button. Okay, it is 0.9. you can see here, after pressing the power button it shows 0.9, that means 1 volt. Okay, we are supposed to get 3 volts I think here. Pin number 7 and 8 is ground as per the schematic. 7, 8 is ground and 9 is power good. So we'll leave 7, 8 and 9, we'll check which is connected with this resistor. We need to press the power button again. So 9, there is no voltage neither this side. Here this side we are getting 0.1 volt, 0.9. Here how much we are supposed to get? Pin number 9, we are supposed to get 3 volt always, that is power good. Here we are supposed to get 3 volts, so we are not getting. So what we'll do is we will remove this IC itself first and then we will check. But before that, let's check further pins. Pin number 10, how much we are getting? Pin number 10, if you press the power button, nothing. And on the schematic it is NC, nothing is there on that pin, so that we don't need. Pin number 11, we are getting how much? 6 volt we are getting. You can see it's a 6 volt. Pin number 11, pin number 11 is 6 volt, and as per schematic it is enable 2, enable LDO 3.3 volt, 5 volt, and again there is another enable, that is pin number 12. Pin number 12, how much we are getting? Which is coming from this side, this capacitor, we can check it. Let me press the power button. No voltage here, so second enable there is no voltage. Pin number 13, we have double F something, 3 volts feedback. 3 volt feedback are we getting? Pin number 13, it is nothing, 0.183 something it is showing, and then again it goes to 0. So first thing what we'll do is we will remove this IC itself, we will change the IC and then we will test it. So wait a minute guys, have you noticed something? I told that we are going to change the IC. So whatever I told before, did you found anything wrong? Maybe not, but there is something wrong. Let me show you in the schematic. So here I was telling that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the pin number, is the 19 volts rail, but here you see this IC got 2 enables, right? And the enable 2, that is pin number 11, how much voltage we are getting? We are getting only 6 volt, but how much we are supposed to get? So if you calculate PR 307 and 309, we'll get around 9.5 volts. Okay, you can check it out on the voltage divider calculator and you will come to know. Here you can find 9.5 volt approximately. Then only this LDO will get enabled, and after that anything else we can check it out. So let's find out what is the problem with this circuit. So guys, here is the resistor which is connected with the pin number 11. This is PR307 and this is PR309. Both are 500 kilo ohms resistor, as you can see on the schematic here. 499 kilo ohms and 499 kilo ohms. So approximately 9.59 volts should come to the pin number 11. So let's measure it. If we check it here on the top one, the value is yet to come. So let's remove one by one, or we disconnect the one point and then we measure it. So guys, we have removed one end from here and one end from here. Now we can measure it. Just check out. You can see it is 500 kilo ohms almost, and on the second one this also is the same. So we were correct first time that we must change the IC itself, but this is mandatory to check in every board, because not every time the IC is faulty but the circuit as well. So now we will change the IC directly and then we will measure it once again. So guys, finally we removed the IC itself, but still the problem was not solved. We have removed this 3.3 IC, and then we had to remove the back side, this 5 volt IC as well, just because we are not getting the LDO voltage properly. We were getting 6 volt, but the requirement was 9.5 or approximately that much, because we changed these two resistors here, the divider resistor, but still there was no result at all. Then finally we found that there is a connectivity issue of this resistor, the second one. This base was not getting connected properly. Finally, after doing it properly, we are getting 9 volts. So here you can see guys, if I keep it on the pin number 11, you can see it is 9.3. Now we are getting the right LDO enable voltage. So let's put that IC back and check it again. Guys, finally we need to end this video, because we found there is a problem with the processor. We checked everything and I'll tell you what exactly we did. We changed these two resistors, we changed the IC, and we changed the controller, and then we changed this 5 volt IC as well. So 3.3 volts, 5 volt IC, both we changed, controller we changed, resistors we changed, capacitors we removed. All these things we did it. Okay, whatever was possible we did it, and finally whatever missing voltages were not coming, it was started coming. But at the end what happened is we were getting 2.2 volts here, okay, and here we are getting 5 volts. Let me show you how much voltage we are getting here. So guys, here we have connected the power cable, and you see, after press power button, when we press the power button, what happens? Again it is taking same ampere, 0.02, but we are getting 5 volts here, and here we are getting 2.2, and after some time it goes to 0. So to trace it out, we did all the possible options, but still it is same. And then we realized that there is some signal which is causing this problem, and it is coming from this processor itself. Since the video was getting longer, so I had to cut the video shorter. This is the disaster we face when we do chip based repair, chip based board repair. We change this this converter as well, voltage converter switch, we can say. So whatever possibility was there, we did everything, but still the problem is solved. So in this video only this much guys. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.